Happy New Year everyone! Today's video is going to be my 2020 goals. I hope that by doing this video I'll be reminded of my goals later in the year, and at the end I can come back and reflect on my goals and how I did. So let's get started. So I've divided my goals into a few sections, like relating to the different parts of my life: future, creative, well-being, and weekly goals. Future is a bit of a hard category to explain because it's like things that are going to help me with applications for university and stuff, but it's also just things that I want to keep going with past high school. Firstly, I would like to try and get a New Zealand Premier Award, which is basically one of the top awards that you can get in this country for exams. I would like to get my AP International Diploma. Not too sure about this one because we're still trying to sort out being a test centre and everything, and if it's not sorted out in time I won't get the chance to try, which is sad, so hopefully, fingers crossed. My SAT goal for this year is 1500. I've done it on practice tests and I'm taking the test properly for the first time in March, which is a bit late, but oh well. I'm just going to try and do my best. I want to just focus more on YouTube and my blog, hence this video. I've been trying to do YouTube for a few years now, but I want to actually post consistently and give you guys quality content to watch. My last goal is relating to university applications, and it's trying to get these done on time. I still haven't decided which ones I'm going to apply for yet, but I have a general idea and kind of need to get my head around all the deadlines and essays and everything else that goes with that. But I'm just going to try and be organised with it and do it well ahead of time instead of trying to submit it on the last day, because I've done that with other things in the past and we all know that's not the way to go. So next section is creative, and this kind of relates to YouTube and blogging, but it's just a list of things sort of music-wise and writing-wise that I'd like to get done in 2020. First one is just to get published somewhere. It could be anything really, just like online, a magazine, that type of thing. I'm going to try and enter some competitions for this as well, but I think it would be a really good chance for me to push myself with writing, which is something I haven't really done for a few years. I sort of got more into it last year, which is good, but I want to go a step further this year. The next thing relates to that, and it is to finish a novel. I've kind of done that in the past a few times, but I'm going to take it seriously this time and actually say that a novel, in definition, is 70,000 to 80,000 words, which is a lot, and I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. My music goal for the year is to record an album. Last year I set the goal of recording an EP, which I got done at a local radio station, and I'm really proud that I achieved that goal. So this year I'm going to try and do a full-length album. Might go on Spotify or something, I don't know, but it'd definitely be on SoundCloud and Bandcamp and all that. My last two goals are piano related, and they are to get my LTCL diploma and try and get to PAC-NZ. So the LTCL is the Trinity licentiate diploma, and I got my associate diploma 3 years ago. PAC-NZ is like a national performing arts competition, and I've been trying to get there for a few years now, but with like a local performing arts competition shutting down and rejigging itself and stuff, it's been a bit complicated, and also you have to be 15. So yeah, I would have done it this year, or last year, but it didn't really work out, did it? So yeah, I want to try and actually get there, but I don't know if I can because our Performing Arts Society isn't sponsoring it anymore, and so I'd have to travel, but we'll see. So next section is well-being, and these are things that I think will improve my happiness, my health, everything like that, and just general fun things. My reading goal for last year was 75 books, and I got there on New Year's Eve, with some short story rereading. I got 75, but I think I read like 51 or so full-length books. My goal for 2020 is to read 100 books and have at least 30 of those be non-fiction. This is a harder goal than last year. This goal is obviously higher than last year, and it's going to be hard because I'll be busier, but with the end of the year I kind of realised that I spend a lot of time on social media and stuff when I could be reading, and I think reading is a much better use of my time. My next goal is to exercise regularly, and so my plan for that is I'm going to walk to school more often. I kind of avoided it last year because it takes about an hour, but I'm going to do that more, and then hopefully go to the gym a bit more and sports practices and stuff. But I'll talk more about that later with weekly goals. The other thing is I want to do more socializing, or just focus on hanging out with friends and stuff, because I know sometimes I get really caught up in work and I just forget. So I want to make sure that I make friendships a priority as well. So the last goal for this section is to keep my priorities clear. This one's important because sometimes I get really caught up in the little things, and what happens is I will be asked to do something and I'll like prioritize it, and I'll put it above like homework, assignments, anything like that. And so in 2020 I want to stop doing that, make sure I know what the most important things to me are, so that I focus on them first before doing anything else. Doesn't mean that I won't do anything else, just means that I know that these things are the most important and I'll get them done first. My last category is weekly goals, and these are just things that I want to try and do every week. Piano practice, it's pretty self-explanatory. My aim is to do like 10 hours a week if possible. I know it's not like 40 hours, but I'm trying, guys. Yeah, and if I'm busy then I guess 5. Study and assignments. Just, I want to focus on it more, and so I'm going to say at least 25 hours a week, and that's sort of including classes, but just spending a decent amount of time focusing on it, writing and blog, and it's just sort of creative writing, and then focusing on my blog, which will be linked in the description, and I have talked about it quite a bit in this video. I focus more as well on music, which by that I mean songwriting mostly, and I might be doing a duo this year, which is exciting because it's been something I want to do for quite a while, but never gotten to or asked anyone, so I'll update you guys on that. The last thing, which I kind of talked about a bit earlier, is gym and exercise. So I want to like actually do this year. I want to make it a regular part of my routine. So, like I said earlier, walking, going to the gym, sports practice, games, all that. And that is my 2020 goals. I was originally going to do 20, not including my weekly, but it just kind of fell apart. I still have 5 spots for like goals that I might come up with during the year, and maybe I'll talk about them later, but for now, on January the 1st, 2020, my 20 goals for 2020.